Hi, Julie Jones from SSB Performance, Smarter, Stronger, Better Mindset Training, here with this week's Mindset Made Simple Tip of the Week. And this week we're talking about managing our time and our energy. Make sure you go to my website and check out the link. I am doing a webinar on this tomorrow, a free webinar with Ursuline's Institute for Women, Wellness, and Work at noon Eastern Time. If you can't make the webinar, you can sign up and get a video or a link to the video sent to you later in the day that you can watch at your convenience. But let's talk about the tip for today. How do we manage our time? How do we manage our energy? Time is finite, energy is infinite. We can gain more energy, right? We can always produce more energy, but in order to do that, we have to be able to restore energy. And how can we do that? I'm reading a book right now called Effortless. It's a great book. I recommend it. But one of the things that the author talks about is a few different ways that help us be better time managers. And if we can manage our time more efficiently, we feel better. One way that he suggests is that we combat our complaining culture, all that stuff out there on social media, all the things you read in the paper, all the things that are said at the water cooler or before practice and all those things. We combat those things. If we complain, every time we complain, we need to make sure that we say something for which we're grateful. So what are we grateful for today? What are we thankful for? I complain, I say something I'm grateful for. That's an easy habit to do. And what happens then is we have less time to complain. If we're grateful, if we're talking about what we're grateful for, we don't complain as much. Or it makes us realize how much we complain. I'm a complainer just like everybody else. But if I can add in something that allows me to think about all the things and all the ways that I'm blessed beyond way more than I deserve, maybe I can change my complaining habit. I read somewhere or heard somewhere one time that we read stuff on social media and we choose to do this. It's like walking through a pile of dog poo instead of walking around it. We literally just, continue to read things that make us anxious or frustrated. These are choices we make. The choices we make every day compound. In the tip I mentioned, if we eat ice cream every day instead of a healthy snack, that's not going to affect our bottom line today, but eventually it's going to affect our bottom line, right? Or if we check our email every hour, it doesn't make a difference maybe for one day, but if you add that up over time, it's more than 3 hours a week, even if we're just checking it for 5 minutes, which we know we check it for longer than that. We get down that rabbit hole. But all these things are choices. Another thing that we can do is we can break things up into segments throughout the day. Just like I mentioned, I break up my workout into 3 15-minute workouts. It's really not. It's 45 minutes of workout, but it makes it easier for me to wrap my head around, right? If I could quit after 15 if I want to, I could quit after a half an hour if I want to. I never do, but for some reason that makes it easier for me. But if we can break our day up into 25-minute segments, rest for 5 seconds, do something we enjoy, go outside, look at even looking at a piece of nature, even through a window or on a picture, changes the chemicals in our brain. Go back to work for 25 minutes. That's not long enough for you. Go for 90 minutes and break, but we should never really go for more than 90 minutes. And I know that during that 90 minutes, we're not focused all the time, but if we can split things up, we have a tendency to focus more and be more present, which again is a choice, just like eating ice cream. It's a choice. We can be more present during that specific time. And lastly, he talks about how we can be better at asking questions or making things easier. What do we need to do today? Make a done for the day list. What do I need to get done for the day? What will make me happy at the end of the day if I get these things done? And then make the easiest thing or the most obvious step the first thing you do. Make it so simple that it's like silly not to do it. Because taking one step makes all the difference, right? Taking one step toward a goal is the only way we're going to get started. Running that first mile in a race is the only way we're going to get started. So how can we make things easy? Why do we make things so difficult? I am the queen at making things difficult. I need to start asking myself, and now that I have read this book, I'm going to start doing this. How can I make this easier? What's the one thing I can do today that is simple that will get me started? As Brian Cain says, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Brian, he's amazing. He says it's the start that stops most people. How can we get started? Because once we get started, we have momentum. And then we celebrate that start. We celebrate that little step. We celebrate whatever it is that we do, the little successes throughout the day. If we can control our time and focus our energy, be grateful, right? Take breaks, do things, feel like we're making progress. It makes us better leaders, it makes us better performers, it makes us better human beings because we feel like we're in more control and we're not as exhausted. We also can go back real quickly to Pat Summitt and Reach for the Summit. The one thing she says is do the hard stuff first. I tried to do that when I was coaching. Do the hard stuff early in the day. I work out in the day. That's not a hard thing to do, but if I do it in the day, I know in the morning, I know I'm going to get it done. If I wait till the end of the day, I've got a million excuses of why I can't or don't want to do it. So break your day up. Remember to buffer your complaint with something that you're grateful for. Do the hard stuff first and then make a done for the day list. And make the done for the day list easy. How can I make this easier? What if this was easy? What would I do? And then go do it, because we don't have very long focus. We can't focus for very long. So decide what you're going to do and take action. It's not our decisions that determine our destiny. It's our disciplined decisions with action that determine our destiny. So check out a few of those things. Come visit me tomorrow at noon. The link is in my website. I'd love to see you there. If not, sign up and get a free link to watch the video. Hopefully you can get something else out of it. I look forward to doing it. And thanks, as always, for listening to the tips. If you want more information, go to ssbperformance.com or email me at juliej@ssbperformance. New courses coming out soon for you and your teams. So I'll have more information on that as we go. But have a great week. We'll see you next time.